Well, the news about this has been met with opposition by some of the Prime Minister's own politicians, with Andy Street, the Tory mayor of the West Midlands, accusing Rishi Sunak of turning his back on an opportunity to level up. The Prime Minister was grilled on the possible U-turn this morning, but refused to confirm the decision.
I know there's lots of speculation, but all I can say is I'm not going to be forced into a premature decision because it's good for someone's TV programme. What I want to do is make the right decision for the country. This is an enormous amount of people's money, taxpayers' money, everybody watching, billions and billions of pounds. We shouldn't be rushed into things like that. What people would expect from me is to take the time, to go over it properly and make sure we make the right long-term decision for the country. That's what I'm interested in doing.
Well, I'm joined now by a Conservative MP, of course, former leader of the Conservative Party, Sir Iain Duncan Smith, who's live for us at the conference in Manchester. Good afternoon to you, Sir Iain.
Afternoon, Julia. Congratulations on your new programme.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Well, should I say congratulations to your party on a conference that has had some successes so far? Because I'm not sure there have been any. Complete lack of control over the narrative. The entire debate, with lots of different announcements being made by different cabinet ministers, but the entire debate has been, will he, won't he, decide on HS2? What do you make of that?
Well, I can understand why he's reviewing it. It's, as you've said earlier on, it's got out of control. I was always concerned about this project as to what its purpose was. Because if the purpose, which it should be, is to create this incredible link-up of northern powerhouse, that is to say the key cities in the north, from Liverpool to Newcastle, good communications, great roads, extra better railways, that was there to be a competitor to London, not to be umbilically tied to London, turning Manchester into a dormitory town for people to get cheaper housing but get back down to London to do their business. We wanted the north to be a destination for investment and bring back things like, transport and also a lot of industrialisation. And the key thing here is, if he is going to do this, what I would suggest is that what they say is we'll take some of those savings, significant amount, and give them to the northern powerhouse to create that competitor to London and to other centres in Europe, which is exactly what the purpose would be, to create the great cities of Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle, Liverpool, make them places people come to without having to go to London, to invest in it, to build their homes, etc.
And that's the crucial thing, and that, of course, is what many of the leaders of all the other great intercities, the powerhouse of this nation for many decades, that's what they've been crying out for. And everyone's had that debate, and yet the money has still been spent on HS2. And as you said, the reason for HS2 and spending all that cash has changed many times. It was about journey time, and then it was about capacity, and now it's about levelling up, and doesn't appear to be doing any of those things. The Prime Minister has allowed this debate to sort of carry on, festering on. It's been questioned to every single cabinet minister and MP for the last week now. There is some talk that he doesn't want to announce the fact that he's going to be getting rid of the Birmingham to Manchester leg while he's in, checks notes, Manchester. It's a bit embarrassing, and that he's going to try and avoid it. Doesn't look like he can do that, and we may get an announcement, we're told, in his speech tomorrow to conference. How can he sell that to particularly the red wall seats and to the Tory mayors in the Midlands and the North as something that's a benefit to them? How on earth is he going to make them say, yeah, great idea, Prime Minister?
Well, I don't know what he's going to say, so I don't have an in on this. But the point I was making earlier on is what I would say, which is, look, this isn't going to massively improve the quality of life in Manchester or the North by having this umbilical cord to London. But what we will do is it's not just going to be a cut. What we should be saying is we now will absolutely prioritise that investment in linking up those cities, communications, broadbands, roads, railways, make that the focus of levelling up, to make sure that the North is as competitive and a destination point for investment. The problem right now is this is not a destination area for the very big investments yet, but we want to make it so, because we want to get rid of the overcrowding in London, and not that everybody has to come there. So coming to Manchester, flying in, staying, investing your money, doing it in Leeds or Newcastle or wherever, that's what levelling up is really all about. not tying it back down to London. I
Yeah,
always
we are
felt
the
that.
most sort of...
Levelling up is that.
Yeah, we are the most sort of capital city-centric country in the whole of Europe. I mean, Germany's not like this,
No
France isn't like this, is not, and America, this is not the same thing. Just finally, I want to ask you, Iain, I was saying a little bit earlier on the show, you know, we don't build anything anymore, and if we do it, it takes decades, and it always ends up costing 3 times as much. I mean, these sort of projects, it's not that, OK, China can just build anything and they just steamroller through, quite literally, without asking anyone. France does a little bit of that, and we don't want to be just sort of knocking down people's homes without, you know, at least some sort of consultation. But why is it that we can't and don't build anything in this country anymore?
Well, if we come back to HS2, where the problems are, I think the whole idea of it, coming out of Euston, then going underground, basically, across North London, and then out the other way, a huge amount of the extra cost has been in the underestimation of how burdensome that was going to be to build. Instead of saying, well, why don't we take it out of, I don't know, somewhere like Paddington, which has got a straighter link straight up to the north, we have to bring it in the most difficult, most overcrowded area of railway and infrastructure that you could imagine in North London. Yeah. So all these decisions are the reason why it's slowed down and why, as you say, we don't appear to be able to build things. There are very good businesses, very good companies that can build stuff. The problem lies in the bureaucracy that simply either over-commits to something or actually doesn't look at what is the least expensive way of doing a link to the north. If that's what they wanted,
it's almost like those highly paid consultants don't really know what they're doing, isn't it? Sir Iain Duncan Smith, so appreciate you joining us. I'll let you get back to the joy that is Conservative Party conference now.